Hi everyone, I'm Red Hill Eagle, and welcome to Rookie Gamer Plays Ironsworn Starforged, Episode 1, Adventure Awaits. I realised I hadn't quite finished the preparation from the last episode. I think I was just kind of so looking forward to getting started, I just kind of missed it, and I just kind of prematurely finished the last episode. So what I did do off camera, I did the next couple of steps, which was to generate a couple of planets, then generate a couple of stars, built the sector map, which we kind of did anyway when we created our settlements, and then create passages. So we've got planets here now. We called a planet here Felina. I tried to kind of match it with, like, Sylvana and Falana or Felina, kind of the Anna bit. Just kind of, to me, that kind of made sense. Felina, I don't know why, it's just the first thing that came to my head. The same with Paxatelos. We had a settlement called Paxton, and I just thought the planet would probably be something Pax something, or so I just came up with Paxatelos. The first thing that came to my head, really. I then created a couple of stars, which I wasn't quite sure how you mark them on here. They didn't seem to be a way, so I just wrote it in the settlement. So Felicity was next to a white dwarf, which I thought was really interesting to us because that's where our horrors are themed around white dwarfs. Sylvana and, well, Filana was round a glowing orange star, and Paxatelos was round a smouldering red star. Quite what they mean yet, I don't know. Probably need to read up on it again. It may have been something I've missed, but we'll get there as and when we need to. The other thing was to build the sector map, which was we did that anyway when we built our settlements, and then to create a couple of passages. Now, originally, I had a passage going from Felicity to Sylvana to Paxton. Then I read that you can have one going off the map, and I thought, well, that'd be quite interesting because that, take us to a different sector if ever we need to do that. And I thought, when I generated the planets, which I've skipped actually, I've just realised the planet. This one came out as a Jovian planet. This one came out as a jungle planet, and I thought, you're more likely to want to travel to a jungle planet, because I think that's where you're going to get more resources, or that's where you're going to expect to have more people. So I thought I would have the passage go here, between here and the space station, and then one go off. So yeah, rather than just skip what I said about the planets, let's have a quick look at them. So this one obviously doesn't have a planet, but I did uh, roll on the other things that we had, which was, I think it came under zoom on a settlement. And the first look was, there's significant structural damage and obvious social stratification. Both of those might be quite interesting to us. The significant structural damage, well, is it on its way out? Is it being destroyed? Has it been destroyed and people are just hanging on? Is there stuff we can salvage? I think that was it. As I say, the passages as well. There's a bit more to step 8, which is zooming in on a settlement. But since our settlement isn't planet side or in orbit, it's in deep space, we don't need to do these steps. And it was basically, you roll for atmosphere observed from space and planet side feature. So those bits don't apply to us. If we had zoomed in on one of our other little settlements, this one or this one, then yes, we would have had to roll for that. All that's left for me to do now then is create a connection. So I'm going to use the Oracle for this because I kind of had an idea to think, let's create someone that would fit in with my story. But I think we'll just try to randomize quite a lot of these things until I get a little bit more used to what's going on and to the whole role playing element of these games. So I've already gone ahead and created a person in Felicity. I haven't given them anything yet because I wanted to see what we get. So I've obviously gone to the character Oracle. We're going to give them a name. Zoya Mittal. Okay. Copy that. Let's put them down here. I won't worry about pronouns just yet. Roll. Investigator. Oh, that worked absolutely perfectly. They are helping me investigate the disappearance, if you can call it disappearance, of my family. Okay, call sign. Yeah, we'll put call sign in. I don't think it's blackbird. Okay, I don't think it. Well, we're red eagle and they're blackbird. Blackbird. Disposition. Curious. Okay, I suppose an investigator would be curious. Goal. Find my family. Seize power, undermine a relationship. Okay. I don't know how we can fit that in yet, but it's nothing to do with us because this is a different person. First look. Armored. Okay, yeah, they probably would be armored if they could get themselves in a few spots of trouble. It says to roll once or twice. We'll do twice. Grim. Okay, I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. So that's our first connection. Then I need to choose their rank. So challenge tracks, I guess. This is how long it takes us to get a bond with them. So I'm not going to make it easy, but I'm not going to make it too difficult either. I think, in fact, we might just keep it on troublesome because there's still a way to go. We could have it that we've not just met them, but maybe they've only been working with us for a month, maybe a couple of weeks. Let's have it. No, I think I'll keep it to troublesome. I think at the beginning, let's keep things a little bit simple, and then, as I say, see how I get on. Future connections can, we can sort of judge them at the time. But this guy, we're paying this guy to do a job for us, so that doesn't mean, of course, he's doing a very good job because we don't really want to complete our mission too quickly. That'd be the end of the series, wouldn't it? There was one more thing to roll on actually after I went back to the rule book. It says here to roll once, two or three times, but the rule book said once or twice, so I'm going to roll it twice. This is the revealed aspect. Lonely and afflicted. Okay, that could be quite interesting actually. Could develop our connection with them. Afflicted. Okay. Yeah, that one might be quite interesting. And the last thing to do for our character apparently is to give them a home. Now, there's nowhere here by the looks of it to put their home. So I don't notes, I suppose, home, and his home is going to be Felicity, because that's where we are going to start our adventure, and I think it just makes sense to have him there. I keep calling him. It's not really deliberate, but I guess him, he are his pronouns. Just a few last things now to do for the sector. We need to introduce a sector trouble. Now, there's nowhere here to write that, and there's no notes either. I mean, this sheet hasn't let me down so far. Faction control, I mean, we could write it there, but sector trouble, and there's nothing. Sector notes. I guess that's where we'll put it. Trouble. And we'll roll a D100. And I rolled an 88, which is sickness spreads among the settlements. So, sickness spreads. So this is all kind of working at the moment. The station is in some sort of peril. It's broken in places and it's not very well looked after. And there's obviously some sort of plague. So why we go there? Why would you go to a station that's got sickness spreading unless we were desperate to get some last information from Zoya before they were no longer able to pass that information? I don't know. Maybe we tried to rescue them. Maybe we tried to save them, get them to some sort of medical place. I mean, we're living in a forge where medical help is abundant, so it's not beyond the realms of possibility that we're going there to, maybe in this particular station, it's not great because it's falling apart and people are sick. That's something to think about. That's something to think about. The final part is this step 11. Finalize the starting sector. Give your sector a name. If you'd like a suggestion, roll on sector name table on page 302. We're going to stick with the name that the sheet gave us originally. I'm not going to get too involved in names and things. Eventually, I probably will. I'll think of a few things myself, or I'll start using tables. But I think names, it's nice to think of your own, but for me at the moment, as a beginner, it's not the most important thing to worry about. Now we begin our adventure. I was thinking we will use what we've already done as the start, and I'm going to have it that we are here to rescue Zoya and Mittal. We are rescuing them. They're very ill on this settlement of Felicity, which is overrun by a plague. Their water system has been poisoned by a rival faction or someone. Maybe they don't know who it is yet, but they've discovered that their water supply has been poisoned. As long as we don't drink any of their water, we're fine. Zoya is very. He can walk, he can run, but he struggles. Sometimes he might need help or he might need to stop for breath. We're basically getting him off this station, getting him off of Felicity to take him to a medical facility elsewhere. Their medical facility, a lot of their technology is, well, a lot of it's been destroyed. They're in a complete mess, almost anarchy. The medical departments they do have are overrun. A lot of the population is dying or has died. I look at the settlement, their population is only dozens, so it could have been dozens initially, or we could just make it that now it's dozens because most of them have been killed off. Most of them have died because of this. So we are starting our adventure mid-event. We have Zoya with us. We are escorting stroke helping them back to our ship to take them off Felicity and probably take them to Paxitelos, which is the jungle planet, or Paxton to be precise, to the settlement of Paxton, which is on the planet Paxitelos. I'm going to pop a journal entry then. We are on Felicity to rescue Zoya Mittal from illness and take him. Help if I could spell, wouldn't it? Not that it really matters. To take him to, what was the name of the Paxton? For treatment. At this stage as well, I need to make an iron vow, and I don't know whether that's something I invent myself. Is there an oracle that can help me with that? I guess my iron vow is to take Zoya to Paxton, or to get Zoya treatment for this plague. I guess that's my iron vow. So that probably go under challenges, vows. Yeah. Okay. Take Zoya Mittal to Paxton for treatment. And we've got to give it a rank. I'm going to put this one down as dangerous. Because I think on the way, we'll make it that this Felicity, whoever was responsible for the poisoning of the water supply, they're now invading this facility. They're now making themselves known, and they're going to kill off the last remaining people, and that's just what they want to do for whatever reason we don't know yet. The people of Felicity don't know. All they know is that they're under attack, and it appears that they are just killing off the last of the people. So we'll make it dangerous because, well, it would be dangerous, wouldn't it? So I swear on my sword with the picture of my daughter on it that I'll take Zoya Mittal to Paxton for treatment, because he has some information about the whereabouts of my family. He hasn't told me what it is yet. He's keeping that because as soon as he tells me, I could just kill him, right? So I don't need you anymore. So that's his bargaining chip. That's his, like, I'm keeping hold of this until I know you're going to keep me alive. Maybe we've had issues in the past and he knows that I want to kill him, or I wanted to kill him at one point. And this is all that I've got to do this to keep him alive. I've got to keep him alive to get this information out of him. So we'll make this dangerous. Looking back at the rules, it does actually say to make this vow troublesome or dangerous. I have to make a roll for this. I have to roll my action die and the challenge die. So I'll do them now. Rolling with heart as well. My heart is 1, so it doesn't give me great advantage, but let's see what I get. A weak hit. That puts my momentum up 1, so that takes it to 3. I'm hesitant or anxious, and my next steps are unclear. I need to think up a way where I need to change my plan. So we're at an opening, and perhaps it's like a square in the middle of this area of the space station. And it perhaps used to be a market square or something like that, or somewhere where people gathered. And we need to get to the other side. We need to cross this. We can hear voices and running and footsteps, and maybe some ammunition fire in the background. And I'm thinking this is the most obvious route, so I'm going to change my mind, and we're going to go a back way. I think Zoya's suffering, but we could both be dead if we go the most obvious route. If I'd scored a strong hit, I would have just we crossed the market. But I think scoring a weak hit, I'm changing my route. I'm going to find another way round this square. So this is where my role playing skills or lack of are really going to come to their own now. This is where it starts. We turn back to go the way we've just come, and we find another corridor, which should lead us to the same place, but it will take a bit longer. It's a back way in, and we're going down this corridor, and there's bodies around us, people suffering, dying, people weeping. They they know they're goners. They're not. They've given up. They're not hoping to. They're not even trying to escape. They've got nowhere to escape to. It crosses my mind to try and rescue some of these people, but if you rescue one, you've got to rescue them all. And my priority is Zoya. So we're travelling this corridor, and we're still hearing some, footsteps in the background, at a distance, more ammunition fire, screams. But I can't go back now. It's now or never. We've just got to keep going. And we come to a turning, and I think I might make another move here. Do I make the right turning? So I'm making it up as I go along now. I don't know what to roll on. Edge? No, not really. Iron, shadow, wits, wits. I think. Yeah, because I'm kind of judging my sense of direction. I don't know. So let's roll on wits and see what I get. Miss. Okay, I take a wrong turn in. I take a wrong turn in, and we're going down this other corridor now, and we're passing a parade of what would have been shops. There's still a couple that got lights on. They've been looted. They've been destroyed. I take a look, but I haven't got time to check if there's anything of value that we could take. As we're passing some of these shops, we hear a rustling sound coming from one of the units, and so we decide to investigate, probably against our better judgment. But it's more a case of, are we going to be under attack here? So I leave Zoya kind of where he is, lean him up against the wall, and then I just look round. I hold my pistol up, and I look round, and there is a figure there. There is someone there, and they turn around. They see me. So I want to roll now to find out if they're friendly or not. And I've kind of had a look at the rules for this move. I'm going to use the yes/no oracle, and I think I need to say really this is it's unlikely that they are friendly, which means I need to roll below 25 for them to be friendly. I'm not going to say very unlikely, because that would, I think, be pushing it. The chances are against me anyway. So I'm going to prepare to roll a D100. And would you believe it? I rolled a 6. So yes, they are friendly. They're probably one of the last few people around. They should try to be making their escape now as it is, but they're not. They're looting or they're doing something. They're a bit hesitant to sort of tell us what they're doing, a bit shady perhaps, but they're friendly nonetheless. They're not putting a gun up, pointing to us anyway. So I bring Zoya in as well, and I say, look, we need to get off this place now. We need to get to my ship, and we can get off this place. And obviously, he's quite agreeable to that. He wants to get off here as well. So he agrees to help us. I think, although our chances are still quite slim, with two of us with a weapon, he does have a weapon on him, we've got a bit more of a chance. Even Zoya could probably handle himself if he really needed to, if he had a weapon. I'm going to roll to see if he's got a weapon or not, because I think I'm not just going to keep saying, yeah, we do this, we do this, we do this. Let's find out. I think another yes no for this, really. Possibly I could roll for gear to see if he's got anything at all on him. But I think we'll do a yes no whether he's got a weapon. And I think it's a 50-50 because it's quite possible he's got a weapon. He's an investigator. But then by the same token, he's very ill. I've just sort of grabbed him out of his home. He might not have had time to pick it up, whatever. I think we'll say 50-50. So I need to roll less than a 50. I got a 65. So he does not have a weapon on him. So we are just down to just me and this new person we've met, which I should probably start rolling for now. I did all the necessary rolls off camera just to sort of save time of the episode. The name is Lux Faring. He, him. They are a researcher on this station. Their call sign is Dagger. Their disposition is demanding, and I thought that's quite interesting. They want something in return for him to help us. I think, well, we're saving your life, but they're a little bit more demanding than that. I haven't quite decided what they want. They haven't told us yet. His goal is to claim a resource, so yeah, quite possible that he needs us to take us somewhere else so he can claim this resource, whatever it may be. The first look was Shifty and Plain. That works perfectly. Plain, maybe, okay, it's nondescript, but Shifty, well, I said he acted a bit shifty, and can't believe I rolled that, and I did honestly roll that. And his revealed aspects were charismatic and careless. So yeah, maybe their charm kind of get okay. Well, we'll do whatever you want to do. But he's also careless. So that we'll see where that goes. I don't know yet. So now we've got two pistols. Or a pistol each. We decide to go back. We decide to head back to that market square, and we're going to cross it. And we're just going to be vigilant, and we're going to use our pistols if we really need to. So we head back there, and we scan the area a little bit better. So, are we going to find anything there? Let me find something to roll for and just see if we've got any obstacles or anything. If not, we're just going to cross that square, and our ship is literally pretty much on the other side. So the best match really was Explore a Waypoint. It's the only one really that I could see that we would roll on here. So we're scanning the area. So I need to roll plus wits. And the last time I did this, it didn't turn out too well. So let's have a look. Miss with a match. Ah. Okay. There's 5 people there now. Maybe they heard me. But there's 5 there. They are obviously not friendly. I could roll to find out how many, but I think 5 is a reasonable. There's 2 of us. Well, 2 of us with weapons. 5 of them. I'm going to try my first combat. Yeah, I was thinking about using Shadow because Shadow's my best stat, and I think I might have just had a bit more chance of getting something if we use like stealth or trying to sneak by. We're not going to be able to sneak by. I didn't even want to cross when there was no one there. I don't think it's fair to suddenly try to want to sneak by when there's 5 people there. So we're just going to have to enter a combat. Maybe we do it sneakily. Maybe we try to pick them off. Let me just have a look at the rulebook and see how this is done. So there's a few options here that we could go with. I mean,
enter the fray. If we're on the move, we can roll plus edge. If we're facing off against our foe, we can roll plus heart. If we're in the thick of it at close quarters, it's roll plus iron. Preparing to act against an unaware foe, roll plus shadow. Or caught in a trap or sizing up the situation, roll plus wits. It's either going to be roll plus wits or roll plus shadow. I think, yeah, we need to set a rank here anyway for this situation. But they don't know we're there, but they think, they've heard something, but it could have been anyone. They don't know we're there. They don't know that there's anyone there with weapons. I'm going to roll plus wits. No, sorry, I'm going to roll plus shadow. Now, I know maybe you might think, oh, things are getting tough, so you're going for the easy option. Maybe I am, but so far, I've not had any luck. I just think I need something to move this forward a little bit. I know this is what it's all about. I'm gonna roll with shadow. But let me go away and work out how I set a rank for this. We said 5 people, so I'm going to go with that. Whether that's doing me a favour or not, I don't know. So let's just have a look. Okay, I think I've worked out what we can do here. So I've given it the progress of this. I've given it a rank of dangerous because there's 5 of them. They don't know we're there. So I could have put it to formidable, but they don't know we're there. We don't know we have guns. So let's just see how we get on. I'm rolling plus shadow. so let's see. Shadow. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. But I just rolled the D6. I should have rolled these. A strong hit. Yes. Right. A strong hit means that we can give us +2 momentum, and it means we're in control. So +2 momentum takes us up to 5, and we're in control. So I guess that's 1 mark. Well, it's a star, isn't it? Because dangerous. Isn't dangerous 1 star? If it was troublesome, it'd be 2. I think I've remembered that right. I'm not going to go back and look at the rules now. It's my first combat. Give me a chance, guys. So now we gain control, or gain ground. It says when we take control. We probably can't roll on shadow again. They know we're there now. We've done something. Maybe we've taken 1 of them out, if not 2, or at the very least injured 1 of them. And we've made ourselves know. They know there's some fire coming from somewhere. We're sort of hidden, but they know there's some fire coming from somewhere, and they've now taken some cover. Gaining leverage with force, powering through. Yeah, I'm going to roll with iron. Let's see how we get on. Rolling for iron. Miss. Okay. Okay, let me have a look at what that does. So our foe now gains the upper hand. So for whatever reason, they're firing, they're getting close, and the fight moves to a new location. So we're now retreating back down that corridor. And we encounter a new peril. You're in a bad spot. You must pay the price. I need to look at pay the price. When you suffer the outcome of an action, choose 1. Make the most obvious negative outcome happen. Ask the oracle for inspiration. Interpret the answer as a hardship or complication appropriate to the situation. Roll on the table below. If the result doesn't fit the situation, roll again. So I need to roll on a D100. 80. 80, you're harmed. Okay. So I've taken an injury, maybe on the arm or something. I've been shot. I guess that would give me 1 of these impacts. Let's get rid of that. Wounded. Yeah. Again, I don't know if I've done this right. Okay, there was something called react under fire. So when I was in a bad spot, there was something else I should have done. In pursuit, fleeing, dodging, getting back into position, moving into hiding or creating a distraction. Roll plus shadow, changing the plan. Okay, I guess we're in pursuit, fleeing or dodging, and getting back into taking cover. I need to roll plus edge. Weak hit. At least it's a hit. On a weak hit, you avoid the worst of the danger or overcome the obstacle, but not without a cost. Right, dangerous was 2, so we'll keep that now. We're where we should be. So you mark 2 every time you mark progress. I'm in control. I could go to strike now, I guess. I mean, it doesn't tell you to do that, does it? But I think we've done gain ground twice. We failed one. We've passed one. Let's try strike. When you're in control and assault a foe at close quarters, are we close? Oh, okay. So at close quarters, roll plus iron. When you attack at distance, roll plus edge. Roll plus edge then. Roll plus edge. Roll plus edge. Strong hit. Things are looking up. Mark progress twice. You dominate your foe and stay in control. Okay. So what are we saying? 2 or 3 of them are dead now? Yeah. So we're still in control. Now we can strike again. Maybe we're gaining on them now. And we might try one at close quarters. Would you, though, if you had projectile weapons? You wouldn't, would you? I don't think you would. So we'll keep with edge. We'll keep with edge. Strong hit with a match. Wow, I think, and again, tell me if you think I'm cheating. I think we've won this because I would mark getting a strong hit. I'd mark progress twice anyway. You dominate your foe and stay in control. Is there anything that actually says you would take decisive action when you seize an objective in a fight? Envision how you take decisive action. Then roll the challenge dice and compare your progress. If you're in control. So I think, yeah, I mean, we're going to mark that twice anyway. I mean, this looks like it's over, but just to be a little bit fair and maybe compensate for any mistakes I've made, it's not quite over. We're going to go for taking the decisive action. So there's one guy left, okay? We've got the upper hand, and it's not over because he's still there. I'm going to roll the challenge dice and compare to your progress. I know I should be role playing this. I know I should be saying, "Oh, this happens and then this happens," and then he shoots over there, and then someone rolls a barrel in the way, and that makes the guy slip up or makes me slip up. But again, I'm still getting used to this, guys. I think mechanics are going to be strong at the beginning, but I will get there. I will start role playing a little bit more. But I think just for now, I'm going to go with mechanics really being quite heavy. What does it mean about compare to your progress? If you're in control, check the result as normal. If you're in a bad spot, count the strong hit. Well, no, we are in control. Check the result as normal. Compare your progress. From what I can gather, when you fill the progress track, that is when you take the decisive action anyway, or you can decide to do it beforehand. I can't quite get. I guess it all comes from the fiction. If you've role played that you're down to like one last guy, which we sort of have. I know I haven't been very creative with it. So we're going to roll for our decisive action. But it says to roll against your progress, which I'm not quite sure what that meant. So I guess you take your progress. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So then if I just roll the challenge dice, the challenge dice 14, and I'm comparing it against 10. Well, I've lost that. Is that right? Have I done that correct? Well, I got a miss, which means I'm defeated and my objective is lost. This isn't a very good start to the adventure. Okay, well, I think that's a cliffhanger to leave it on. I'm going to pay the price. Yeah, I'm going to pay the price. I'm going to roll a D100. 95. You are delayed or put at disadvantage. Maybe we've lost our companion. We've lost our companion. He's out. He's been shot quite badly. Hope is all but gone. Lux. He's down. He's quite probably dead. And although I've still got a pistol, Zoya still needs looking after. I do take Lux's pistol. Rather than just cheat and say, oh, I've got an extra pistol, I'm going to roll to see if it still works. I'm just trying to think of ways to compensate, where I think maybe I'm taking advantage of a situation. I want something to, I want fate to have an opportunity to take it back, if that makes sense. So I'm going to say it's, I'm going to say it's likely that it still works. Yeah, I'm going to say that it's likely it still works because there's no real reason why it wouldn't work unless it got damaged during the fight. So I'm going to roll a D100 and I need to roll 75 or less. 34. It still works. I've got 2 pistols. I don't know how I'm going to use that yet, or will it even give me an advantage at all? I think we'll judge it. And I think that's a good cliffhanger to leave this episode on. Almost all hope has gone. Zoya is close to death now. We're retreating. We're getting further away from my ship. Where do we go from here? That's the end of episode 1. A lot happened there, especially for me, brand new to this. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've still got an awful lot to learn. I've still got an awful lot more creatively to start doing. I'm using the mechanics a lot, and I think that will be a theme for a while yet. I think I still need to get used to how things work. Probably watch a few more videos to see how you guys do it. The theatre of the mind and all that kind of thing I want to get into eventually. But please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this one, and please keep leaving your comments. You guys so far have been great. Those of you that have left comments and the feedback I've had on Reddit and other things like that, it's just been fantastic. So thank you very much for that. I hope you all take care, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.